So as I faithfully dealt with the major insecurities men face and how to go about it, I had a request to do that of my gender, the female gender. So in today's video, I'm going to be speaking about the major insecurities that women deal with. And as someone who believes that when you talk about problems, you should also start thinking about solution or speak about solution too, I'll also include some of the ways that if you are having insecurity, how you can deal with it. Okay, so if you've not subscribed, this is the point where you subscribe and join the big family. Click on the subscribe button and join the family as we zoom right into today's video. There's something interesting that I found and I have realized over this period that I have deeply thought about insecurities. I've realized that insecurity starts from the mind. Sometimes your eyes is saying that it is enough, there's nothing wrong with it, but your mind is telling you no, it is not enough, there is more to it, or it's imperfect. If you want to help someone overcome insecurity, I think there are 3 things that you should do. And you have to support the person, you have to be there for the person, and then you have to be very, very patient with the person. And when it comes to support, I mean to say the choice of words that we tell people, how we say things that we say, the comments that we pass on people. There are some things that you should never even tell people, even as a joke, because it goes deeper than just a joke. Okay, sometimes you are all joking and you're just telling somebody, oh, why is your boob so small, and you actually think you're just saying it in passing, you not even mean it, but the person goes back and the person is thinking about the statement that you have said, and then the person starts becoming insecure about her boobs. So just be careful with the kind of comments that we give on people, especially when it comes to their body. And we should stop body shaming, like always saying, okay, this person's this is this, that is that, like saying the negative parts, not complimenting. If you do not have any compliment to give to the person, please don't body shame the person. And when it comes to being there for them, there are lots of times that when someone is dealing with an insecurity, the person comes to you complaining, oh, I think my boobs is too small, like always complaining, and sometimes it's quite disturbing. You are thinking to yourself, what is wrong with what you are saying? There's nothing wrong with it, but we have to give them a listening ear. And then when I talk about patience, I say patience because when someone comes to you always complaining and trying to encourage a person, your boobs are fine, your butt is fine, don't worry about it. But then the person is not seeing that. The person just don't see it. The person is still thinking that maybe we are just saying it for the person to feel better. We should be patient with them and wait for them to come to a point where they realize that, oh, it's really and actually not bad. I'm just comparing to other people. That is why I'm seeing things this way. The major things that women are insecure about has to do with 3 body parts. It has to do with the boobs, the stomach, and then the butt. But most often it has to do with the stomach, but I think that stomach is a general thing for both sexes. When it comes to the boobs, some people feel that their boobs are too small, and then when it comes to the stomach, generally it is about the stomach being big. If the stomach is coming out of the dress, then they are insecure about it. They are thinking, oh, someone's watching my belly, oh, the guy's not going to like me, blah 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 blah. And then the third one is the ass. Some people think they did not have big ass, they had to get big ass. And I'll say that there are 2 main reasons why a lot of women are having this insecurity. Number 1 is trends and social media. There are some people that really believe in trends, that really follow trends. It doesn't matter where trends are leading to, they follow the trend, and people have made some bad decisions as well following trends. Sometimes trend can be a good thing. To follow trends, it can be a good thing, of course, but the kind of trend you are following is what you should be careful about, because I think that trend messes up your whole system. If you do not know who you are as a person and you're always following trends, then you are always like another person. You're always confused about who you really are and what you really want. So you should know when and how to follow trends. One thing you should know is that trends come and go. There are music trends, there's fashion trend, there's beauty trend. Lots of things have come and go. And there's body modification trends, and some of them is this BBL, liposuction, blah blah blah. And I think that in the last 10 years to 15 years, having big boobs or butts and having that flat stomach or like a small waist has become a trend. But I think that maybe like from 20 years ago or so, it wasn't really the trend. I've read also somewhere where there was a time where being skinny was a trend, and there was a time when having being fat was a trend. So if you are following a trend today, a trend is saying that have big boobs, have big butts, ask yourself in 20 years what's going to be the trend, and are you still going to follow it in the next 20 years? The trend is to have small boobs and then small butts. What are you going to do about it? Another thing that people fail to realize is also that social media is a playground. Social media is where everything is looking flashy, everything is looking beautiful. I mean, I go to Instagram, I see a lot of things, everything is looking so pretty, everything is looking so perfect. And it comes to real life and you realize that, yeah, this is real life. Identify the difference between real life and social media. And try to place that red line over there and stop confusing things. You do not know what people do to their pictures to get them online like that. You know the things people have to do before even taking the pictures, that they are looking as they are looking. So seeing somebody having the big boobs, having the waist as small as this, and then the hips count and the legs to be down there, it's not necessarily the perfect thing that you are seeing out there. The second thing too is that most ladies assume that that is what the men like, the big boobs and butts attracts men, but I'm sorry to tell you on this channel that you are wrong. I've spoken to quite a few people, and male friends, and have conversations with them, speaking about relationship, finding the type of woman to marry and stuff like that. And a lot of times I realized that there are a lot of things that come before your body stature. The way that you carry yourself is what's important. How you treat people, what comes out of your mind, what you say, and all those things are what matters to them. If someone thinks that your figure is not accurate enough, your figure is not perfect enough, please let the person go. Please, you will not die. Trust me, you will not die. Let them go out there and find that perfect body and then take it to their house, okay? One thing we also forget is that nobody can actually define what the perfect figure is. Cause I'm thinking that, oh, cute boobs and ass is the prettiest. Someone's also thinking that big boobs and butts are the prettiest. Someone's also thinking that, oh, maybe big boobs, maybe small ass. Someone's also thinking, oh, maybe small boobs, maybe big ass. So who is actually saying, who is actually telling the perfect figure? And even those who do the BBL plastic surgeries to try and look perfect, which doesn't even exist. It's funny because the doctors are also human beings. They can only try. That is how wonderful God is, and God has made us. So you can't cheat God and you can't cheat nature, and that is the hard truth. To deal with insecurity as a woman, as a lady, the first thing I would say to do is to value yourself. Girl, place the highest value on yourself. Girl, you are the perfect you. There's no perfect somebody before you. There's no perfect somebody after you. You are unique. There's no two of you. You get the only one in the world. So how can you say you are not perfect if you are the only one representing you? How can you say you are not perfect? Who are you comparing to? You get? When you're trying to fall into an insecurity, just remind yourself there's no perfect body out there. You define perfection by yourself. Live to bless people, don't live to please people, because human wants are insatiable. If you follow your wants all the time, you might end up in a pit. You will actually end up in a pit. That's the truth. And if you come to that understanding, there are certain things that you would have to learn to let go. Especially if it's a man that you are trying to get the big boobs or the big butts to impress, my dear, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, because if the guy wants to cheat, if you have a big boob, you have a big butt, he can still cheat and he will still cheat. If he wants to have 10 girls plus you, when you have big boobs and butts, it will not prevent him. If he wants to disrespect you, he will do it. If he wants to treat you like trash, he will do it. If he wants to beat you, he will do it. As a lady, focus on placing value on yourself. And for men, most often, respect is the most important thing to them. So if you respect them, that's it for them. I hope that someone's insecurity has been trashed once again. I hope someone's insecurity has been dealt with. If you have been insecure, most especially about this 3 body part that I mentioned here today, and you have been able to overcome it, please let me know in the comment section your experience. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Love, peace, enjoy. Bye.